All right, so problem 5, is it a function? We're going to start by doing our vertical line test and checking passes the vertical line test. It never touches twice. So yes, it's a function. It passes the VLT. It passes the vertical line test. Okay. X-intercept, where it crosses your x-axis. It crosses at -2 and at 0. So you would say at -2 and at 0. Crosses the y-axis at 0, 0. The minimum, the lowest value, looks like -1. And the maximum is 5, and it is 5 because of the solid dot. So the range would go from -1 all the way up to 5. But those would be brackets because those are actual values. Okay. The domain would go from -4 until +2. -4 to +2. Because this is an open circle, this is a parenthesis. Because this is a solid circle, this is a bracket. Increasing, it increases right here. So talking about domain, it increases from -1 to +2. So from -1 until +2. It's the only thing that's happening here, so you can say it's a bracket. That is happening at that point. Decreasing, it's decreasing from here to here. So it's decreasing from -4 until -1. So -4 to -1. Because this is an empty circle, once again, parenthesis. Okay, and there are no constant intervals, so we would say that's not applicable. For 6, is it a function? We do the vertical line test to see if it touches, and it does not. So yes, this is a function. It passes the VLT. Vertical line test. X-intercept is where it crosses the x-axis. So it crosses at -3.5, -2.75 maybe, -1.25, +2. This is an empty circle, so it doesn't actually cross at that point. So -3.5 at -2.75, and these are guesses, it's not exact. -1.25 and 2. Okay. All right. Y-intercepts, where it crosses the y-axis, is simply at this point here, 0, 4. The minimum and the maximum. The minimum and the maximum. The minimum is a -3. The maximum is looks like a solid dot. Looks like 4. Which means the range goes from -3 until 4. All right. Increasing. Actually, let's do domain next. So it goes from -4, that is a value, up until +4, which is not a value because that's an open circle. Okay. Increasing, it increases from here to here, from here to here, and from here to here. So we have three sections, from -4 to -3, from -2 to 4, and from 3 to 4. So yes, from -4 to -3, where it changes directions, so parenthesis, and from -2 until 0, and from 3 until 4. This is an open circle, so still parenthesis. Then we have decreasing, where it's going down here, and it's going down here. So from -3 to -2, and from 0 to 3. So it's changing direction, -3 until -2, and from 0 until 3. And because it's changing direction every time, those would all be parentheses. It's never constant, so not applicable. All right, problem number 7. Start with the vertical line test. Is there a point where it touches 2 points? Yes, there's obviously lots. Touches here and here. So no does not pass the VLT. The vertical line test. And so we can just cross that out. And number 8. Does it pass the vertical line test? Only touches at 1 point the whole time? Yes. It is a function, and it passes the VLT, or vertical line test. X-intercept, where does it touch the x-axis? It looks at about 2.5, so 2.5. Where does it touch the y-axis? If it does, -5.5. So 0, -5.5. Minimum, because it goes down forever, -infinity. And because it goes up forever, the maximum is +infinity. Okay. So your range, we can just do that real quick, from -infinity to +infinity. And because you never actually get to infinity, that's why we use parentheses for that. For the domain, it also goes forever to the left and forever to the right. So once again, -infinity to +infinity. Okay. Increasing intervals, it's increasing from -infinity. Oh, I use a different color. Increasing. So it's increasing from -infinity until it gets to right about here, which is -3.5. And it's also increasing from here, which looks like -0.5 maybe. And increasing forever. So it's from here onwards from ever. Okay. Now for decreasing intervals, it's decreasing here, which is going to be from -3.5 until -0.5. It's the same points we used up here, but you could also just do this. to find the decreasing. And at no point is it constant, so you say not applicable.